So, unless you've been living under a rock for some reason, you know that summer's finally arrived. After a long, cold, and harsh winter in many places across the country, warmer weather and packed beaches are again all the rage. Of course, this also means summer vacation for many students, and a task of getting all of your supplies together for the next school year. Yes, folks, it is unfortunate summer only lasts a few months, but that at least gives you plenty of time to make all the necessary purchases you need to gear up for school, which starts back up in September. While most students are looking for the essentials, backpack, pencils, glue, notebooks, you name it, others may be in the market for some new tech that'll help them jot down notes and load up that poorly optimized software your professor emailed you. There are lots of great options on the market already, but Lenovo has some new entries from this year that we'll be taking a look at. I'm Max from Matridox, and here are 4 Lenovo laptops you should consider for school. Now, I do want to note this video is by no means sponsored by Lenovo. In fact, the only role that they played in making of this content was supplying us with the laptops we're showing off. Hats off to you, Lenovo, and thank you for supplying us with your devices. On to the goodies. We'll be taking a look at 4 laptops that all have varying starting prices. First up is the Flex 611. It costs just $279 from Lenovo's website and aims to provide a good enough experience for students on a budget. It includes a really nice feeling metal design. I mean, you really have to feel this thing in person. It is absolutely stunning. You won't believe it costs $100-300. It's also a convertible and features a form factor so that you can convert it into the infamous tablet mode many consumers are craving nowadays, and subpar specs that are actually enough to get you through. No, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that they're crazy fast or that the laptop can compete with other $1,000 contenders, but I can tell you that they're more than enough to handle some light writing, internet browsing, and video calls. Under the hood, there's a 1.1 GHz Intel Celeron N4000 processor paired with 4 GB of RAM and 120 GB of storage. That makes for a pretty bare bones list under this hood, but it's enough for light and casual use. Lenovo even got the I/O right for the price. This puppy packs 2 full-size USB ports, a USB Type-C port, a headphone jack, an SD card reader, an HDMI port, a charging port. It's all there. You get the point. There's even a set of speakers on the bottom which, while don't sound great, serve their purpose for, just casual listening. One thing that unfortunately isn't great about the Flex 611 is its screen. It's an 11.6-inch panel, which quite honestly I don't have a problem with. In fact, I really don't mind this size at all. It's the overall quality of the screen that worries me. It features a 1366 by 768 resolution and looks really dull and lifeless. It's also pretty bad at different viewing angles, which I can't say isn't a problem, especially since you can use this thing as a tablet, a kickstand, you name it. On the bright side, the keyboard and trackpad are nice and comfortable for extended use. I actually typed the entire script of this video on the Flex 611, and I have to say, I really enjoyed it. Maybe if the screen were a bit better, I could praise the device a bit more, but for less than $300, you really can't go wrong, especially since it comes with full-fledged Windows 10 Home and not some sort of cruddy ripoff, sort of like Windows 10S or something. Okay, moving on to the next one in our lineup. Next on the list is the Lenovo Yoga 730. It's also a 2-in-1 like the Flex 611, but comes with a way nicer screen, better specs, and a more premium build. It uses a 13.3-inch display and a full HD resolution, and I have to tell you, it's a really good looking panel. It's a heck of a lot better than the Flex 611, especially when watching videos and working on documents, since everything is much clearer and more crisp. The specs under the hood are also greatly improved in this case. Our unit came with an 8th generation Intel Core i5 processor with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. What's more, it comes with 2 USB-C ports for all you early adopters out there, a single USB-A port for all of us still stuck in 2011, and a headphone jack. Also worth noting is the inclusion of a comfy keyboard and trackpad combo alongside a fingerprint reader that, well, works most of the time. The Yoga 730 starts at $849, which yes, is a lot more expensive than the Flex 611, but you get a much better experience as a result. Next up, the ThinkPad X1 Yoga. This laptop is similar to the Yoga 730, in which it features a 2-in-1 design and similar spec sheet, but it upgrades the experience in ways you aren't expecting. For instance, its 14-inch full HD display doesn't just look good, In fact, it can look even better with the right kind of content, thanks to built-in HDR and Dolby Vision support. This means you'll be getting even richer colors and textures out of the display than the Yoga 730, and quite honestly, it's really noticeable. If you're paranoid about hackers spying on you through your webcam to try to make a buck or something stupid, the X1 Yoga comes with ThinkShutter, a physical slider that blocks the camera from seeing the real world. It also comes with a nano SIM slot for LTE connectivity and a handy-dandy micro SD card slot. Still though, there isn't a real SD card slot, but you could probably get by. As far as specs go, it's a similar story here. There's an Intel i5, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, 2 USB-A ports, 2 USB-C ports, an HDMI port, and a headphone jack. There's also a comfortable keyboard and trackpad for taking notes during classes, with Lenovo's signature nub smack right in the middle and a fingerprint sensor to the right. For all of this premiumness, it comes at a price. Lenovo's charging upwards of $1,500 for this guy, which, if you ask me, is a bit on the high side. But if you're already a fan of the ThinkPad lineup or know what you're getting yourself into, then this could be your best option. Of course, there's always that guy or girl who needs the most power at their fingertips at all times. And that's why we're also showing off the ThinkPad T40S. Sure, this is a business-oriented laptop, but it's the perfect companion for anyone who just needs a powerful laptop, not a clumsy 2-in-1. Here's some of the specs that you can expect to get out of this guy. An 8th generation Intel Core i7, up to 24 gigs of RAM, up to a terabyte of SSD storage, up to Infinity GeForce MX 150 graphics, a 14-inch touchscreen display, a fingerprint reader, a comfy keyboard and trackpad, 2 USB 3.1 ports, 2 USB-C ports, an SD card reader, a headphone jack, an HDMI port, an Ethernet jack. Shall I go on? Clearly, this laptop is built for those who need the most power to get them through the day. Of course, this all comes at a high cost of upwards of $1,700, but if you are willing to make an investment that's going to have to get you through at least 4 years of school, the T40S is probably the best way to go. So there you have it. That's 4 Lenovo laptops that would prove to be a great fit in your backpack and help you get all your work done this semester. Of course, we couldn't cover everything in this video, so be sure to leave a comment below with other school-friendly laptop suggestions and help each other out. Now, personally, I know it can be pretty tough to save up enough money to buy a new laptop for college, so that's why we've teamed up with Lenovo to give away a free Lenovo 611. All you have to do to enter is click the link in the description below. You can enter as many times as you like, and the winner will be selected 2 weeks from when this video goes live on YouTube. Now, this is only a US only giveaway, and only 1 lucky viewer will be selected, so good luck to everybody who decides to enter. As always, thanks for checking out Matridox on YouTube. You can always get all the latest technology news at thematridox.com, and follow us at thematridox on Twitter, Instagram, and all the socials for updates. This has been Max Bondano, founder and editor of Matridox, and we'll see you all on the next video.